Hello, everyone. Welcome to 3 o'clock with SOC. Thank you so much for being with us. Let me just make sure I share the interpretation info for those that need Spanish interpretation. Buenas tardes. Discúlpame. Buenas tardes. Muchísimas gracias por estar aquí con nosotros en otro foro comunitario con SOC. Como siempre, ustedes pueden escuchar esta información en español a través de este número de traducción, y el número aparece aquí en la pantalla, 646-749-3122, y el código para acceso es 779-328-221. Thank you for letting me share that. I am just wanting to remind you all too that these videos are always on our Facebook page and our YouTube page. So whenever you want to watch them later on, or if you're not able to be with us directly at 3 p.m., you can always still watch these videos, like I said, on our Facebook page or our YouTube page. And if you're watching, go ahead and give us a heart, give us a like, give us a hello, or any comment in the comment section so we know that you're here watching with us. And we encourage that engagement throughout the entire time that we're on this live. We're here to answer any questions and just say hello or anything that you want in the comment section. So it's there for you throughout the whole time. And today we are going to be replaying an interview with Stephanie Samarripa, who's the outreach coordinator at the Department of Neighborhood Services. She's just going to be going over a few programs and different resources that are available to the public through their department. So I am going to share that interview now, and then we'll have Marlene come on for a COVID update after that.
Thank you for inviting us to be on SOC Live. We always like to join and get out our information. Again, my name is Stephanie Samarripa. I serve as the outreach coordinator for Department of Neighborhood Services. And so there's just a few programs that we like to given the opportunity to highlight when we are doing presentations. And so I'm going to get right into some of our incentive programs. And I believe that some of the links will be in the comments. That would have actually even been a good task for the youth organizers. And so, but if you can insert them into the comments, that would be great. That'll take you directly to the services that I'm going to talk about today. So one of the first programs that I like to talk about in DNS is our landlord training program. This is a free class. It's a free course that we give into the community. You necessarily don't have to be a landlord. I highly encourage organizers in the community, which we have organizers take our class all the time, neighborhood leaders, the official and the non-official neighborhood leaders. There's always a grandma in the community who everybody goes to on that block, and we'd like for her or him or that person to have the manual that we provide. So in a COVID world, we are doing virtual landlord training programs. So you can take it from the comfort of your home. You can take it from the comfort of your office. I too am not wearing a mask because I am working remotely. If I was in the office, I would be wearing a mask. Our offices are closed to the public, so virtual and phone and computer access is so important for us because we still are in connection with our community. So the landlord training program is a virtual class now, and you would take a 5.5-hour course. We break for lunch. We have presenters, and it really gives the 101s of being a landlord, especially now in our city, regulations, and gives a lot of good information. It's a very resourceful class. We're very proud of the work that Mark Medrick has done to put into the presentation and the manual, and so we welcome anyone to take that course. On the flip side is that we have our Rent for Success program, which is not really new to DNS. We've, probably had about a good year and a half, but it's new to virtual. And so we partner with Milwaukee Public Library to bring that class free to anyone who is wanting to find out about, the rent, to be a successful renter, and to have, all of the bones and structures of what that looks like. And so in the course, we give information about rental agreements, which is so important. When I do landlord training, I focus on screening and on rental agreements. And so there's a lot of know-hows that no one teaches us, right? When we are tenants, no one teaches us how to be a successful tenant. We kind of just take from what we learn and, and word of mouth and family advice. And sometimes that always collectively doesn't give you successful renting experience. And so we also give advocacy resources, repairing credit, which is also very important, how to receive a free credit report. A lot of our community doesn't know that you have the right to get a free credit report from the credit bureau every year. So those are fundamentals of topics that they cover and roots of information. Responding to housing violations, which also goes hand in hand with what is habitable housing. So many of us don't know what exactly is code for habitable housing. And so we fine tune that information as well. We get many phone calls, as you can imagine, to Department of Neighborhood Services. And so a lot of our staff help triage some issues between tenant and landlord disputes, and then outsource to the actual direct service agencies, because we want to make sure that if there is an issue that can be handled with a caseworker, case manager, intake worker, that is the right outsource resource for our constituency. And so those are the things that we go through with the Rent for Success. One tip that we pair with the Tenant Resource Center is a lot of tenants don't know that you don't have to pay the $25 credit check if you have a up-to-date credit bureau report for yourself that is under 30 days old. So when you have a landlord who's charging $25 for the credit check, per Wisconsin, that landlord would have to accept a up-to-date copy of the credit report that you are furnishing to them.
And so you can request that credit report at any time of the year?
Yes, as long as you haven't expired the 12 months. So every year,
Okay.
we get a free credit report. All of us, you, me, all of us. And I encourage everyone to do it. I do it. I practice what I preach. I get a credit report because it's free. It's available.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you're able to pull that. So if we have someone who's serious and has done their research and and has pulled their credit report from the credit bureau and has all three agencies on there, they can make as many copies of those and furnish those to prospective landlords as a responsible, serious prospective tenant. And so you do away with with that fee, because if you're applying for 10 different units, you can imagine what that cost is going to look like to someone. That could really be maybe their whole deposit or partial rent. So we give tips on what are the things that you can do to navigate through that process. And so a couple other programs is our compliance loan program. And I believe the links will take you to our incentive link. So that the compliance loan program and the NIP program. The NIP program is very historical throughout the city of Milwaukee. We in-house the funding and the inspectors. However, we would like for a constituency to go to the 4 agencies that take the applications, because they're satellite offices, right? And this is where people can go. If their offices are close to the public, they can still contact that outreach worker there and start the process and get the ball rolling. So those are the highlighted programs that I like to always touch on when we're doing presentations. And then I always like to champion 2 very helpful resources. And so one is our Call for Action, which is an app that you can just download on your phone, and you can be able, if you see something in your community, or if you have some issue going on, this is where you can download that app and report your issues. And you can attach photos. It's very diverse. It's very people friendly. So you could definitely download that on your app or your laptop or your computer and be able to, in very few steps, report something that you would like to have resolved in your neighborhood. Garbage, sanitation, streets, whatever those very common issues might be. And the other one is e-notify. E-notify. If you go into, yes, e-notify is very important. Everywhere I go, I talk about e-notify because that's really an email that comes to you when you've made a anonymous complaint. And so we do ask for your phone number, for your email, but that's only so that our follow-up folks can respond to you, letting you know if it was resolved or what maybe there's some more things that we might need. And so that anonymous complaint can be followed up with you by e-notify. But e-notify has a wide variety and a large checkbox of all of the resources in the city of Milwaukee that you can find, alderman updates, DPW, health department, which you could get just an email quickly on your phone about what's going on with the first response from the health department about vaccinations, and DPW about snow, removal, and about garbage delays. And so you can go ahead and select whichever your alderman, you can select whichever city entity or even the county, and you'll get e-notify. Even jobs for the city of Milwaukee, you can go ahead and click onto DER, and if there's a job available, it'll come right to you. So
right. Yeah, I have like everything checked off, so my email is so clogged by it, but it's so worth it because it really keeps you up to date with what's going on. And yeah, I heard first about the snow emergency and the parking regulations that came from it through e-notify, and you get the direct source, not word of mouth because so and so said this or that. It comes directly from the city, which is really helpful.
So it comes from the root, right? It comes from that exact department.
Mm-hmm.
Follow-up information. So there's some links on some of those e-notifies if you want more details, and it is updated, which is always important, right? So that you get updated information, and so you're not, like you said, not getting that secondhand information. And so that has really all of the details that you need. So Milwaukee Public Libraries, kind of the other county entities as well, you could check those boxes. So like you, I have all the boxes checked because I want to know what's going on. I got to be resourceful for our constituency. So
yeah, no doubt. So couple questions for you about that. With the services that y'all provide with the Rent for Success and the landlord training, I assume all of those are offered in multiple languages in Spanish?
Yes. So we, like I said, the virtual for Rent for Success is newer. So we do have a Spanish English landlord training. We have the English Rent for Success. And so we're working on now moving and transitioning into what the Spanish, there's documents that come with it. There's again, a manual that comes with it. So we're moving in that direction. Everyone who attends the class gets a certificate. So you get the manual, you get the PowerPoint, you get the certificate. And so those certificates for property owners or prospective property owners, landlords, could be a requirement for home buying purchases, first time home buyers or purchasing city of Milwaukee properties. And so they also come attached with some benefits of being a buyer.
Okay, good. And then can you share any contact info for your office for people who want to follow up? We have the links in the comments, but if there's any phone number or hotline people can call with any additional questions?
Yes. So 286 City, everywhere we go, and I really, even weekly, if you all, that's really our main customer service, our call center. So 286 City will go ahead and direct you to wherever it is that you need to go. And they're so resourceful, the call centers, folks that are taking those calls, they know exactly, they have all the books, they know how to get to everyone. So those are the two really phone numbers, the 286 City and then the e-notify.
Great. And then for those that are interested to know, those that live in aldermanic districts with primarily Spanish-speaking residents, the aldermen or the alder people typically have all of their notices in English and Spanish as well. So if that's something that would deter you, know that those are often bilingual.
Yes, and for the city of Milwaukee, we have a translation button on all of our links and not the links, but the pages where you can have the information in Spanish.
That's really great to know. Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. Do you want to leave us with any other message before our time comes to an end?
Nope, I think I summed it all up. If you all have any other questions, I know the links would be able to take you directly to the Department of Neighborhood Services call center. So we're of assistance as well to answer some of those calls and dispatch them where they need to go.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to having you on again in the future.
All right. Thank you so much. You enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Very thankful to Stephanie Samarripa, the Outreach Coordinator at Department of Neighborhood Services, who shared with us a bunch of information today about different services and programs offered through their department. And all of that information, if you're just joining us now, is in the comments if you want to follow up with any of that. So landlord training, rent for success, e-notify, all sorts of things are in there. So go ahead and go through the comments to get them if you're just joining us.
I hope you all enjoyed the interview, and now I'm going to have Marlene come on to give us a COVID update. Hello.
Hello. Thank you, Gabe.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen with you guys so I can show you the COVID-19 case numbers. So I'm going to zoom in. So this is what, okay, this always happens. So this is what the current map looks like of how many cases there are overall. As you can see here, the 53204 zip code is doing better. And then the 53215 zip code is still in the red zone. So there's that. And then when you look at the number of cases per, like in the last 7 days, the number of cases, honestly, like it's not even, the number of cases were 6 cases that were found in 53215 and 53206 and 53216 and 53218. So I'm not seeing any new cases as of the last 7 days in the 53215 and 53204 zip codes, which is good. So that just shows that we're doing better. So we'll see moving forwards how that will change. And you guys can check out this website at city.milwaukee.gov/coronavirus. And I'll be putting it in the chat for you all. And if we go down here, we can see by age group, the highest number of cases is in those 15 to 34 years old. And then the lowest is in those that are 15 and under right now. And then the individuals that are in, that have the number of cases in the past 7 days is primarily the Black or African American community and the white community. So the Latino AX community is doing pretty good right now in regards to COVID cases in the past 7 days. But that is all I have for you guys for today.
Hey, do you wanna share about the webinar coming up? I uploaded the flyer so we could share that too if you want to.
Yeah, let's do it. SOC and Hayat Pharmacy, along with the Wisconsin Department of Health Services, is collaborating together this upcoming Saturday, not this Saturday, but next Saturday, July 10th at 1 p.m. to do a COVID-19 vaccine webinar. So you can join us for a health education webinar about COVID vaccinations. So if you're worried about the new upcoming Delta COVID-19 variant, and you're worried that, you might, if you're worried that, if you're worried about the vaccine not covering it, or you're worried about not being vaccinated and this new variant is very strong and you're worried about your health, it's important you can come join us. We have a pharmacist from Hayat Pharmacy that's going to be joining us and answering all of your questions. And we will be doing a presentation about vaccines and how they work and how they're made and the new Delta variant as well. And then the 3 types of vaccines that you can get during this time. So once we finish with that PowerPoint presentation, we will be giving you guys a space to ask any questions that you have. And, you know, like the pharmacist is a doctor technically, and he's very aware of all of the, he is a doctor, he's not technically a doctor. He knows all of the, you know, all of the answers that you need at this time. So that is
Awesome. Thank you, Marlene.
Yeah, and you can register. I will put the registration link in the chat for that as well.
Awesome. And then it would also be linked on our Facebook page. We made a post about it as well, so you can get it that way as well. So thank you so much for those updates, Marlene.
For sure.
And with that, I will go ahead and just share our survey promo so that you can remember how important it is to fill out our survey about this forum. We still want to know what is important to you, what topics you want to hear about, and welcome that feedback. So remember that, and we will see you. We will not see you on Monday. We are not going to be live on Monday for for the holiday, for July 4th. And we will be back with you on Tuesday. So everyone have a safe weekend, have fun, and stay cool.
Has this live forum been informative and useful to you? What part of the forum could be improved or changed to make it better? Please take a quick survey that's located in the comments section so that we can keep 3 o'clock with SOC going for residents. Thank you for tuning in.